Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Screwball Toy Hunts back here with another Marvel Legends review. And today we are going to be reviewing X-Men 97's Storm. That is right, guys. Another world premiere. I am the first one to bring you a review of this figure on YouTube. So I am very happy to do that. So before we get into that, thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. Can we get a minimum of 100 likes on today's video? So that's the best way you can help me grow this channel, is by hitting that like button. And speaking of growing the channel, we are doing a giveaway. We are giving away a Marvel Legend of your choosing when we hit 3,000 subscribers. All you got to do is be subscribed, like this video, turn on the post notifications for all the content on the channel, and last but certainly not least, leave a comment in the comment section on what your favorite memory of all time is with Marvel Legends, and I will pick the winner once we hit 3,000 subscribers. So there is that. So let's get into it. So if you missed yesterday's review, as you can see, we have already unboxed the Rogue figure. I really like that figure. I gave that figure a lot of praise. That is probably a top 15 to 20 Marvel Legend this year. No joke. That figure is very good. And today, we are continuing the line with Storm. So as you may notice, we have two left to review. Now, again, if you missed yesterday's video, we found these at Walmart. And the rumor is right now that these are street dated at Target for this Sunday, October 1st. So if you can't find them at Walmart, which it's going to be hard because I don't know how on earth I found these, but I did. Didn't find the whole wave, unfortunately. Found these four, so I'll take it. But October 1st, there's a lot of stuff street dated for October 1st at Target. So if you're looking for new stuff, new Star Wars, WWE, or Marvel, October 1st is the day to go to Target. So let's take a look at the package. So the package here, again, I really do enjoy this package. I love the cartoon character look of this. You know, I say this all the time. Some of these waves don't warrant a retro carded packaging, but this one does. This X-Men 97 wave definitely deserves retro carded packaging, and I absolutely love this figure, man, or I should say the packaging. So let's turn it around here. Of course, we already went over pretty much everything you'd get. So here's the cross-sell. Didn't find Magneto or Wolverine, but I have Wolverine on pre-order. Have to find Magneto. Probably I'll find him this week at Target. So no issue there. We have a close-up of Storm. No read-up of any sorts. All the legal stuff. And here is the UPC code. So all you have to do is take a screenshot of this code and ask your Walmart or Target employee to scan this code right here, and they will tell you if they have it in the back or not. And if they do, you know, they'll get it for you. They're really good with that at Target. So yeah, and also want to highlight, if you missed yesterday's video, love the artwork on the top here, man. I love the artwork on the top of this, highlighting every single character on the top. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. I hate to open these because it's really cool. Like, you underappreciate how cool the retro card packaging is on this set until you see it in person. You know, online it didn't really do me justice, but when you get the figures in hand in person, they really pop. Like the colors on these packaging, like the packaging, and then the hands went flying. Oh boy, I think I lost a hand. That's not good. Let me get it here on the ground. Let me pick it up. There we go. All right, so right off the rip, the hands, both times I've opened these figures now, are not taped. They are not taped, so when you open these figures, be warned, when you open them, the hands will fly out. If you open it aggressively, hands will fly out, and they will fall. So let's look at the hands here first before we get her out of the plastic packaging. So she comes with two additional hands. She comes with a closed-fisted hand and a magical, whimsical hand, very similar to what Rogue came with, except this one is a lefty hand and Rogue's is a righty hand. So there's that. So now let's pop Rogue, or I should say Storm, out of the package herself. And there is the figure. And wow, okay. Right off the rip, I did not notice this when I saw this figure online, but this is cloth. This is cloth. You could see it. This is cloth. Wow. Okay. I did not notice that. I thought for the longest time, before I saw it in person, and I really didn't pay attention, I guess, looking at the figure in person until now, this is cloth. I thought this was plastic. I could have sworn other figures of her had plastic. I don't know. This is my first Storm figure I've ever owned, so I could not attest to that. But I could have sworn that they have done like plastic, like, I guess, capes. I assume this is what that is. I have no idea. So we'll get to that when we get to that. But first, you know, the first test for me, always, and I can already tell you I'm going to have an issue. Oh, boy. Oh, that's not good right there. Oh, that's not good. All right. First test is, can she stand on her own? That is always the first test we do here on the channel when we do these toy reviews. Can she stand on her own without any hesitation and resistance? I don't know, guys. These women figures, man, I will say these women figures, they have a tough time standing, man. They have a tough time standing. I do not know why, but this one will not stand either. Probably because this ankle pivot, I just, like, I can't help but to notice is, like, kind of, like, disjointed. I mean, you can clearly see it right there. It's, like, kind of disjointed. I don't know what that's about, but that's probably why. So, well, I'm going to have to put her on a stand, a Marvel Legends stand, or a stand of some sort, a WWE Elite stand, because I think the WWE Elite stands... oh, there she is. Never mind. I take it back. There she goes. She stands on her own. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, well, let's get into the review, shall we? We're not going to worry about if she can or cannot stand. So, overall, right out of the package, this figure feels good. I will say, I assume, all white, which I like. I like, you know, I have a studio light here with me. You know, on camera, I'm looking at it right now. It's really vibrant. It really, really pops. And even in person, the white absolutely just pops like huge in person. So I can always appreciate that. So let's start out with the head. I guess that's where we work our way down. I guess that's how we do it here. So we got a really, really cool looking mohawk sort of thing going on with her with a ponytail in the back. I really, really enjoy that. That's actually really, really cool. The face scan is really good. I mean, again, these are definitive, like, versions of these characters. She has vibrant yellow earrings, very, very vibrant white hair that matches the same color throughout. So that's always a plus to me when all the colors, like, the same color match. That's always a plus to me. In the back here, she has, like, a ponytail going on. All sculpted. This is, I believe, all new sculpt. So again, you know, very, very cool. And let's go down to the shoulder pads now, as my camera almost just fell. But either way, we have, they move. That's good. So range and mobility in the shoulders when we get to the movement should not be bad at all. She has two shoulder pads that are yellow and white with two red X-Men logos on the shoulder pads, which is always really cool to see. I have noticed they have really, really, really included the X-Men logo on both figures. Even with Bishop here, I could already tell they already have the X-Men logo on there as well. So I really like the addition to the X-Men logo. Like, it looks like everyone in this set, aside from Wolverine and Magneto, have the X-Men logo on them in some way, shape, or form, which I can always appreciate, you know, symbolize they're a team. So that's really, really cool. So now let's go down to, I guess, the torso. She has a yellow stripe, one yellow stripe. The other side does not. One yellow stripe going down the left side of her body, and then going down to the waist here, we have a yellow belt molded on, all yellow, straight yellow, with a little belt buckle there. So that's always really cool. And I guess we'll go to the arms now. The arms are just all white, I believe, all white. Yeah, with a yellow, very, very small yellow cuff on each hand. So there's that. And while we're at it, I guess we could already get to the cape. I guess that's what you want to call it, this cape, right? I mean, that's what I assume it is. So cape is removable. If you want to remove it, all you have to do is pop out these hands, and it is connected here. I don't want to rip it too hard because this will definitely rip. If you finagle with this too much, it will rip. It will rip. It's not... I'm trying to describe the best feeling I can tell you with this. You know what this material reminds me of? The umbrella, like what an umbrella is made out of. So if you guys are familiar with what umbrellas are made out of, that feeling, this is what this feeling is. It's a very, very thin piece of kind of, I guess, rubber. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like the material you would feel on an umbrella. That's the best way I could describe it. You know, her name is Storm, so very fitting in the very fitting analogy there. But it is see-through. I don't know if you could tell. It's very hard to see. But if I put my finger behind this white on the cape, I can see my finger on the other side. It's hard to tell, but you could definitely do it. You have to get the right reflection. But either way, we have a white cape with a yellow outline throughout, which is very, very cool. And it connects underneath the shoulder pad. And like I said, if you want to get this out, which again, I would not try to pull it over her hands. If you do that, you're most likely going to break it. It's not going to, like I'm trying to right now. It's like an extendable band, but it will not go over. I'm trying my hardest, right? It will not go over. So if you want to pull off this cape, which I don't know why it would, because I don't think you actually can, because look at that. It's like, is that Velcro? Actually, you know what? Let me take a look at it off screen here. No, you cannot take it off. All right, take that back. You cannot take off the robe or the cape. It is on there. It's glued. It's glued underneath her hair. So there's that. Now let's get down to the legs, and all they are is just white. It's literally all white. There's not a single ounce of yellow throughout the entire bottom half of the figure. So let's go over movement, I guess. Let's go over movement. So her head, let's see how well her range of motion is on the head. So, okay, we're getting a little bit of a problem here. So, due to these shoulder pads and how long her ponytail is, it's very, very stiff, to say the least. It's very, very stiff. So you could get it there, but I do want to warn you guys. I do want to warn you guys on something. This ponytail piece is very flimsy right here. This ponytail piece right here is very, very flimsy. If you finagle with it too much, it could break off. It could. It's not really sturdy, to say the least. So I guess we'll go over range of movement on the arms, which we kind of already did. That's how high she will go on each arm. All right, splits. You got knee. You got a very, very long range of ankle pivot, uncompared to like Rogue. Rogue does not get this movement in the ankle, which is very cool. And of course, splits with a ab crunch of sorts, if that's what you want to call it, an ab crunch, and no waist swivel. So there's no waist swivel again on this figure. So that will pretty much wrap this figure review up. So I will give this figure, I'm going to give it a 9. I will give this figure a 9. Why I gave this a 9.5 over this is because I don't like how flimsy this ponytail is. This ponytail, I can almost guarantee you, if you finagle with it too hard, it will fall off. I can almost promise you. So be very careful with this. I'd also be very careful with this cape. This cape is not very sturdy. So if I put any pressure on this, this will rip right off. And you obviously don't want to do that because you don't want to ruin your figure. But needless to say, if you do not have a Storm figure, this is a good Storm figure. I don't have a Storm figure. This is my very first one along with Rogue. So no comparison because I don't have any other ones. Because I waited purposely for this wave because I knew going into this year, because I saw the leaks, this wave was leaked a long time ago, at least a year ago now. And I knew this figure was coming, so I was like, you know, why do I need a figure now? I'll just wait. So yeah, I'm very happy I waited. I'm very, very happy I waited. I'll give this figure a 9. I like the molded on shoulder pads. I like the X logo. I think the X logo is a really, really, really cool touch to this figure that really didn't need to be there, but it kind of hides how they glued them on. So again, very, very cool. I like the elastic like bands they have connecting. But again, I will say, be very, very careful. Be very, very, very careful with this because they will. And this is glued on, so this is not coming off. So if you try to pull this off, it will not. You'll break it. So overall, I'll give this figure a 9. Again, it won't stand. I mean, it's having trouble standing. I don't know what it is with the women figures, but for whatever reason, I have a terrible time with women figures and posability. All right, that's probably the best I'll get it to stand. But I'll give this figure a 9. Really do enjoy these two. So again, check your Walmarts. You will be finding these figures at retail this week. Check your Targets, October 1st, street date. Just take the UPC code I gave you earlier and just ask them to scan it, and they'll do it. So, guys, that being said, let me know what you think about these figures, and I'll see you guys in the next video.